All right, the big boys, the heavyweight division. Who's going to be champion at the end of 2024? Currently, Jon Jones is the champion. We've also got the likes of Tom Aspinall, who's the interim heavyweight champion. Yeah. Dana wants to make Jones versus Stipe early on in the year.
What's the point of an interim champion then, Mr. Dana White?
Exactly.
Yeah, mate, I'm truly baffled of why Dana still wants to do Jones versus Stipe.
He just doesn't want to jeopardise the Legends fight.
Jones is still going to be out, let's be honest. Obviously, he was given like 9 to 10 months. He's still going to be out at the start of 2024. So you've got to do Stipe versus Stipe Miocic versus Tom Aspinall. You've got to.
I think the UFC are going to try and bend Aspinall's arm behind his back. I mean, he kind of said that he won't take a fight. He says, I deserve to be fighting either Stipe or Jones.
Yeah, exactly. And
but
I agree.
I've got a feeling the UFC are going to try and make him a fight later on in the year. If I was Tom Aspinall, I'd be waiting out as well.
100%.
I don't blame him.
No.
And I think he should.
Yeah.
So, do we only see Aspinall fight in the back end of the year?
Yeah, exactly, and that's why this one's a little bit harder than any other division, because there's so many loopholes in the division. Because like I just mentioned, boys, Jon Jones is at least out for another 9 months.
Is he?
At least 8 to 9 months, isn't he?
I have no idea.
That's what obviously was alluded. So he's gonna be fighting around what, September time? So, and you think if that's Stipe versus Jones, the smart thing to do would be go Jon Jones, right? That's why it's it's a weird one, because Tom Aspinall is right in what he's saying, is because he come out and said that Jon Jones should relinquish the belt, which, hang on, just bear with me. The reason, because Yuri Prochazka done it, Jamahal Hill's done it, and a fair few other fighters have done it, because they got injured and it's holding up their division. But, and then you flip it on the other head, I kind of agree with what Jon Jones is saying as well, is that obviously most people's arguing he's their GOAT, right? And obviously him relinquishing the belt, he's got that star power. He's like, well, why should I relinquish the belt? Like I've technically not lost a fight in so long. Yeah. So why should I relinquish the belt? Which I kind of agree with, because he is on most people's GOAT list. He's up there. So I'd love to hear your thoughts on that. Should Jon Jones relinquish the belt, or should he still hold the belt but hold the division up in the same place? Because, like you said, Tom Aspinall can't fight Stipe because Dana wants to do Stipe versus Jones.
You've also got the politics in there as well. The fact that the UFC will want to bring the UFC back to London, back to the UK even, could be in Manchester. Yeah. And you need somebody headlining that card from that country. Yeah. And if it's not going to be Tom Aspinall, is it going to be a Paddy Pimblett? Is it going to, who's it going to be?
It could be Leon. It could be.
Or it could be Leon,
tonight. But from him saying Manchester, you've got to think it's going to be Tom Aspinall, right?
Yeah, no, and this is the thing I said a while back as well. Again, you could have Tom Aspinall headlining and then Leon co-main event, both defending their belts. But
what card?
You know what I mean? Exactly. And that's ideally what a lot of Brits would want. But then you've just got that curveball of why Dana White wants Stipe versus Jones, and it's just mental.
Yeah, it literally makes no sense with an interim champion.
But that's what an interim champion's for. I'm going to repeat myself so many times during this segment, but that's what an interim
if the current champion is active, then why should the interim champion have to defend?
Exactly.
Otherwise it makes that fight with Pavlovich.
Have we ever seen an interim belt defended?
Interim belt?
Have we ever seen an interim belt defended?
Yes, we have. Renan Barão did.
Did he? Oh, nice.
When Dominic Cruz was out for a while in bantamweight.
Yeah. Oh,
that was the last time, I believe.
We go,
I might be wrong. That's coming off the top of my head. But
anyway, let's shy away from obviously the Miocic, Jon Jones sort of situation. Obviously, the one person in the top echelon in that division that's making leaps and bounds is Jolton Almeida, and he's rebooked against Curtis Razor Blade. And I'm glad that fight is happening, because if Jolton Almeida wins that, now that's another curveball that you've got to throw in there, because that guy is an absolute animal. Then
you do Jolton Almeida
versus Gane.
Yeah,
I think he exposes Gane.
Oh yeah, 100%. Gane's already been exposed from someone that's not a wrestler in Francis Ngannou, just taking it down. But again, this is the thing for me as well, because you've got Tom Aspinall that probably wants to fight in March time, maybe for like the London card.
He likes to stay active, doesn't he?
Exactly.
Tom?
But if anyone's going to fight Tom Aspinall, it's going to be Cyril Gane, really.
Yeah.
But then you take Cyril Gane away from him fighting in France.
Paris, because really he's there unless Benoit Saint Denis has an absolute blinder.
Exactly. I'm trying to juggle it around. Yeah. You've got Tom Aspinall, obviously is the main sort of guy. I know Leon's champion. Don't get me wrong. I'm just saying, Tom's the main guy around London. If you get what I mean, or even if it was to go Manchester again, it'd definitely be the main guy in Manchester. Yeah. And you'd want to keep him here in the UK. And the same with, as I mentioned, Cyril Gane. You don't really want them to be fighting because if either one gets injured. Then it takes, let's say you do Tom Aspinall versus Gane in Manchester or London, then that, as I said, that takes Gane away from Paris.
Yeah.
True. And I don't think Manuel Fior?
Yeah.
She's not.
Yeah, no.
Gonna pull the numbers that they want.
I'm just trying to see what happens because we're in a bit of a ball ache. I swear every kind of video we've done, JK, no matter how many watch-alongs we've done, we always have a situation with Stipe. He's always in a scenario where we would mention him, where a certain fighter should fight Stipe.
But is that because he's been out for so long?
Yeah.
Yeah,
he's holding that spot, isn't he?
I will give him his due. He's been the best heavyweight champion that we've had. And you cannot deny that. And he's obviously still not fought since that day. He's still not fought. And obviously that perfect matchup between Jon Jones, yes, but then that fell through, so...
Does anyone know where Tai Tuivasa was at the end of last year?
He was up there.
Because I'm just thinking, like, he's dropped a lot. So I could see someone up there. It could be Cyril Gane, you know, that starts to...
It all depends who he fights. Like you said, if he fights someone like Jolton Almeida, yes. They could even...
Or even Blades. I've always said that Blades is a horrible
exactly.
for Gane.
Or, but this is what I'm saying as well. I'm not even mentioned Pavlovich. Pavlovich has got to fight back.
Yep.
He could even fight Gane. Just because Tom Aspinall wants to wait in the wings. You do Gane versus Pavlovich. And that could headline Paris.
Yeah.
Yes.
So this is the thing. I'm just mentioning, because I think Tom should wait in the wings. So then you do Gane versus Pavlovich, and then Almeida, if he beats Blades, then he's got to wait in the wings because obviously he can't fight Stipe.
See, I feel like Gane versus Pavlovich is a good matchup because stylistically they're both not similar, but they both stand up.
Yeah.
It's good for both of them.
It is, yeah.
But still. How does that match up with Tom and Jon Jones? Because he's just beating Pavlovich. Really, it's got to be Tom Cyril Gane.
You've also got Alexander Volkov, who's sitting on a 3-fight win streak. He's done quite well lately.
He has.
But he's fought a lot of these guys already.
Well, he lost to Tom.
Yep.
Yeah, he's lost to Curtis Razor Blades as well.
Yep.
He got taken down the most times in the heavyweight division against Blades. So again, that rematch could happen if Blades was to beat Almeida, but I can't see it. If Volkov can take down Blades... Oh, no, sorry. If Volkov can take down Blades.
Sure about that.
I just think Almeida gets through Blades for me, and then, again, you're in another pickle because Tom Aspinall waiting in the wing, Cyril Gane versus Pavlovich if that happens, or you might do Jolton Almeida versus Gane or Pavlovich. Who knows?
So who are you going for?
This is the thing. Logically, you would say Jon Jones, right? Just because he's out, he's not relinquishing the belt, and he's not going to be fighting until the end of the year. And if he's not fighting until the end of the year, there's only one man he's fighting, and that's Stipe. And if you're saying who's going to win out of Stipe and Jones, I'm going to be going Jones all day.
Jones beats Stipe, then defends the actual belt later on in the year against Tom Aspinall.
Could we see Tom Aspinall versus Stipe at 300?
That's the thing.
I don't think it's
a lot of negotiations.
Dana doesn't want to make it.
He doesn't want to make that fight as well. And like you said, I feel for Tom.
Aspinall's been calling for it.
It was more for the fact that Stipe seems the kind of guy you'd want on the 300 card, right?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, 100%. And that's a fight to make.
Yeah.
Because Jones is out, and he's not going to be back till let's say earliest July. And if Jones is back by the earliest of July, I think if he fights one more time, I think he retires. Because that fight is a legacy fight.
Yeah.
So let's not forget. I may have thrown a curveball if you're watching. May have thrown a curveball in there saying about if Jones retires after he beats Stipe, then
just
he's not
give Aspinall the belt.
Exactly. And
just give it to him.
So again, I actually have just changed my mind in my head now because I just thought of that.
I'm going Tom Aspinall.
Yeah, so I'm going to go Tom Aspinall. I was going to say Jon Jones, but then I just thought if Jon Jones comes back and does what Dana wants him to do and fights Stipe, I think he beats Stipe, and then I think he retires. I don't think he wants to risk himself fighting someone the quality of nature of Tom Aspinall.
Aspinall gives Jones problems. If Jones
everywhere.
was to fight Aspinall and accept that after the Stipe fight,
100%,
I think that
mate.
Jones at heavyweight obviously a lot slower.
Yes, we've not seen him really move.
Not as athletic.
No.
Yes, he's put on the pounds and he's been lifting weights and all that, but it's an older Jon Jones. It's not the Jon Jones that we're used to seeing. Yes, okay, he's steamrolled Garn.
Yeah, that's against
Garn has got zero grappling.
Yeah, but he knew that. He must have known that before he come back that he would run through Cyril Garn.
Yeah, and that's what, and exactly that's why he wants the Stipe fight as well, because he knows he can stylistically beat someone like Stipe.
Yeah,
stylistically against someone like Tom Aspinall, who could do it all, and we've not even seen the best Tom Aspinall yet because he's still got so much that we haven't seen of him.
Yeah,
and like JK said, I know we didn't see much of Jon Jones versus Cyril Garn, but like JK said, he's a bigger guy now, and he's very slow at heavyweight. Tom Aspinall moves like a middleweight.
Yeah,
so
quick. Tom Aspinall, I think, could knock Jones
my prediction
out.
For champion by the end of the year is Tom Aspinall. I think that fight between Jon Jones and Stipe happens mid-year around International Fight Week, in June or July, and I think that Jon Jones wins that, and then he relinquishes the belt, and then we see Garn versus Tom Aspinall maybe for the belt. Okay. Maybe it might not be Garn, but we see Tom versus someone actually for the real belt, and he wins it.
Yeah,
I think this might be the first 4 of a night.
Yeah.
I think
you're going Aspinall as well.
Yeah, and I reckon Sai's gone for Aspinall too.
Right, okay, let's have a look.
Give me a minute. Let's have a little telepathic. No, he's gone Jon Jones.
You reckon?
Yeah, he's gone Jon Jones.
If you pull it
I guarantee it's gone Jon Jones. Ooh. Jolton Almeida, Mr. Brown.
Wow.
What planet are you on? I got 2 wrong. Fair play though. Obviously, again, I'd love to know why and like his path to the belt. This is what I'm saying. When we've sort of said ours, we've kind of said our. But yeah, if he beats
going back off of this year, he has been very active as Almeida.
Oh, he has. Fights. So he goes into number 5.
But it gets tricky the more you
it does because then, like we've said, there's curveballs every time. Like obviously, does Garn fight Aspinall? Does Garn fight Pavlovich? If them 2 fight, then he fights a loser. Ooh.
I think that Sai's thinking that Jones and Stipe both retire after they fight.
Yeah.
And then you've got Almeida versus Tom Aspinall for the actual belt later
insane.
on in the year.
That'd be insane.
But I think Gelson Almeida might have to fight a Pavlovich or Garn.
Yeah, no, that's what I meant. I think he 100% has to fight Pavlovich or Garn, then fight for the belt. And I think if stylistically, if he fights someone like Tom Aspinall, I think
it's a good fight. I love it. But
no, I love the way that Sai's throwing a curveball in there instead of being predictable.
But then not picking our boy Aspinall, our Brett, instead of
But no,
disgraceful.
It's a harder path than if he would have said Jon Jones, because like I said, he's got to get through Pavlovich or Garn first, and then fight. Obviously,
didn't he also say that Jones would beat Aspinall?
He did. That's why I said I thought he'd go Jones.
Yeah. All right. Okay, guys, that was the heavyweight division. Well, as you know. Get in the comment section below. Let us know who you think is going to be the heavyweight champion by the end of 2024. And smash a like on the video. We'll see you in the next one.